a reminder, this is part of the third Palestine Memorial Week, which is a weekly event that we do yearly to commemorate the Palestinian memory over the past 6 decades, especially the Nakba. Quickly to comment on the trends here, it's really sad to hear about the issue of the rockets. There is no way to compare what is happening in Palestine and what is happening from the Israeli side. Israelis are really aggressively attacking the Palestinians. From 2006 to 2011, 13 Israelis were killed by those 8 or 12 or let's say 50,000 rockets, while more than 2,000 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli rockets. Israelis are using the most heaviest, or let's say the heaviest warfare against the densely populated area of the Gaza Strip. There is no way to compare. Those who are living in the Gaza Strip are refugees, displaced, who were living in Ashdod and Sderot, and they were replaced by Jews from all over the world, specifically Europe, who are not even Semite themselves. Thanks.
I would like to wrap up just saying that even myself, as an example, another example here in front of you, I'm a Palestinian, and I'm proud to be. I've lost members of the family, I've lost, and I haven't lost hope. It's very difficult to carry on carrying hope, although you have lost your beloved ones, and you'll never see them again. I wasn't allowed to go and pay my respect for my beloved family until it was huge pressure from the UK on the Israelis to let me in, and they finally let me in for 48 hours. I can tell you I was bursting myself, not going to the restroom or even sleeping, so I can have more time to pay my respect for my beloved family and be able to see the rest of my survived family. Now, I'm not sure what's more realistic about any army in the world, that's my view, but especially the idea, what is more realistic about the idea of killing children. And if you want to deny that they kill children, I can tell you they killed my children, they killed my family's children. I have only one thing to tell Jonathan, my cousin, and whomever who's here, who's also sharing the same views as Jonathan, is one thing we can do together, Jonathan. Come with me. Come with me and we can travel as a Palestinian, eat as a Palestinian, breathe the occupied air in the occupied Holy Land as a Palestinian. And let's see what we both come out. Don't say that you're Jew. Just travel with me. And it is a sincere, serious invitation. I'm going on the 5th of July, and I hope the Israelis are not going to stop me this time. I'm going to the West Bank, and whoever wants out that I am going to the West Bank can go. I'm taking people with me, and we're going to just try to draw a smile on the faces of the Palestinians in the spirit of my family's children. We're going to do a summer camp, and it's not going to resolve our problem, and it's not going to bring the dead back, but at least it will draw a smile and give hope to us, someone like you and someone like me. If you want, come with me. Come with me to the West Bank, and you will be fed by Palestinians, and cured by Palestinians, and greeted by Palestinians, and loved by Palestinians. And let us see if we can see something we can do, instead of being stuck so many thousands of years back. Holocaust is not my fault, it's not my family's fault. It's the humanity's infinity, from the humanity towards humanity or against humanity, but it's not my people who committed the Holocaust. Let's just look at the land and see how big it is, and if it can take me and you, if England can take me and you, then the Holy Land can take me and you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I was going to propose the same to Jonathan and this gentleman here who called me a blatant racist, which is absolutely preposterous, of course. Using consumers' boycott is a legal, non-violent, peaceful way of expression of political points of view. We used it against Spain during Franco. We did not buy Spanish oranges because of the fascist regime of Franco. We used it against the Chilean Pinochet regime. We used it against apartheid in South Africa and brought it to its knees, and we will, inshallah, use it against Israel until the state of Israel common benefit of the Israeli and the Palestinian people, because you have leaders that are painting all of you into the corners in a way that is causing suffering, not as much, but a lot of suffering to your own people. And I don't think you take any responsibility for that. And I must say, having listened to you today, the way you were shouting, the way you were smiling and laughing arrogantly when she was speaking, it's really quite painful to see the way you behave. I thought I came to a civilized discussion, an open meeting, and you are shouting, you're insulting, and I must say, as representative of Israel, you're not making a very good figure. Well, I don't care. You're a defender of the state of Israel. As for the numbers and this British general or colonel you called it, I suggest you read our book. We have more than 200 references, and it is a detailed description of the attitudes, the behavior, and the actions of the Israeli army during Operation Cast Lead. We know it has been extremely scrutinized and read by the Israeli government officials, and we have not received any solid evidence that we have written anything which is contrary to the facts on the ground. So if you want to know how your army behaved, you should read this book. The numbers are clear. 13 Israelis were killed. 10 were soldiers, 3 were civilians. Among the 10 soldiers, 5 were killed by friendly fire, their own soldiers. Among the 3 killed civilians, none were children. Among the 1,400 killed Palestinians, more than 300 were children, and half of the injured were women and children below 18 years of age. I saw a large number of these killed, injured, and dying people in Shifa. If you want to find out the truth about your army, you should really accept your invitation. And if you don't want to travel with a lady, you can travel with me. Because I think one of the key problems for you and for the Israeli people is that you are blinded to what happens to the Palestinians on the ground in the occupied territories. Your journalists are being arrested if they travel with courage and dignity to Gaza to report on what's happening. They are being arrested. It's illegal for Israeli journalists to report on the facts on the ground. So you are betrayers of the truth. And until you recognize the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people and of the Israeli people to live in peace, you will continue to paint yourself in the corner, to shout, and to be blinded to reality. This will not continue forever. We will make a broad and big boycott of Israeli goods, of Israeli, not individuals, but state institutions. That is not racist. It is a very well-used political weapon.
You're using Israeli goods, Matt. Matt, you're using Israeli goods every day. You're using Israeli goods every day.
Well, again, could you behave?
Will you throw your laptop away, Matt?
I am buying laptops without Intel processors. I have many good friends, and if you want to look for anti-Semitism, don't look among us, because we are profoundly anti-racist. Profoundly anti-racist. Some of the best friends I have are people like Henry Shannon, an outspoken representative of independent Jewish voices in Canada, a co-editor of this Lancet issue. Those are brave Jews who stand up, who make alliances with the Palestinians, and work for a better future for all of them. I think you should learn from them. Thank you.
One sentence. All I can say is if the two gentlemen here tonight who have been defending Israel are the best Israel could conjure up to come to a meeting like this, heaven help Israel.
Just before you leave, could we thank Palestine Return Centre, not just for organising tonight's events and the annual event in memory of the horror of Operation Cast Lead and the people of Gaza, but for all the other work they've done so much for Palestinian refugees and Palestinian people all over the diaspora. It's fantastic work that's been done, and it's helped to change attitudes across Europe and North America.